Hello, hello, hello. This is Heather Hammerstedt. I am an emergency medicine physician and lifestyle medicine physician and the founder of Wholist. Here today to talk a little bit about the myths behind exercise and weight loss. We are here on StreamYard, and so in order for me to see who you are when you make your comments, I just need you to click on that little link in the post so that I can see you. And please do comment live if you're watching live and replay if you're watching replay, and ask any questions while we go through this today. So again, Heather Hammerstedt, emergency medicine, lifestyle medicine doc. I'm really passionate about helping women get to long-term health and revise the way that their brain works around how they view their body and how they view how they use food, and really working on mindset around that. Of course, lifestyle medicine, we also are huge proponents of not just food, but mindfulness, exercise, sleep, all of those things that we all intuitively know are super important for our long-term health. Today, we're going to talk a bit about exercise. And I wanted to dig in and get a little bit nerdy with you guys, because I think this is a big misconception that a lot of us have had for a really long time, because that term move more goes along with eat less, right? And it's been in our decades of conversations about weight. Let me preface this with that I am a huge proponent of exercise. I love to run, I love to bike, I love to hike, I love to ski, I like to flex my body. I used to do it because I thought it would make me skinny and I could have more wine. But now I know that's ridiculous, and I'm embarrassed that as a biochemist college athlete turned doctor amateur athlete mama, even thought that it was that simple for that long. Even when I would wonder why a 5-mile run was only slightly less than a bagel or 2 glasses of wine, and would think that that wasn't fair. But don't take this for don't exercise. There's a million reasons why we should be exercising. Mood, strength, hormones, sunshine, laughter, confidence, cardiovascular benefits, prevention of cancer, anti-inflammation. There's tons of reasons, and we can get to all of that later. It just doesn't really help with weight loss. So decreasing energy as calories in will decrease what your body is putting out to balance, right? But it goes both ways. So your total energy expenditure is so much more than just exercise. So walking at a moderate pace for 2 miles per hour every day for 45 minutes burns about 104 calories. That's not even 5% of your total energy expenditure. The vast majority, 95% of your calories, are used for basal metabolism. Basal metabolic rate is based on so many things: genetics, gender, age, height, weight, diet, whether you're overfeeding or underfeeding, your body temperature, external temperature, organ function. It's very individualized and very flexible depending on what's coming in. So let's talk about the parts of that metabolic rate. I told you, sorry, I was going to get a little bit nerdy. This is important though. So NEAT is your non-exercise activity thermogenesis. So it's the thermogenic effects of food and post-exercise oxygen consumption. What does that mean? It's the energy that is used in activities other than things like sleeping, eating, or exercising. So walking, cooking, gardening, shopping, cleaning, right? The thermogenic effect of food is the energy used in digestion and absorption of food energy. So let's talk about that a little bit more. So certain foods, like dietary fat, are easily absorbed. They take very little energy to metabolize. Proteins are harder to process and use more energy. The thermogenic effect of food varies according to meal size, meal frequency, macronutrient consumption. There's also excess post-exercise oxygen consumption, which is the energy you use after exercise to replenish the stores that you just used up. Because of the complexity of all of this, right, we just try to falsely make it simple and just say that these are all constant. It really just comes to the false conclusion that exercise is the only variable in energy expenditure. The BMR is very individual, very flexible. The food that you're taking in is dependent on that, and vice versa. All are not constant, okay? So in order to lose weight, we generally want to be in a catabolic state, which basically means that your body is breaking down the components of itself to create energy, fat and glycogen. That's what they're breaking down, right? During exercise, you're using glycogen for energy by breaking it down catabolic by glycogen genolysis into glucose to use for energy. However, if you become glycogen depleted, heavier exercise, rebuilding, then you start to create an anabolic type state where you create glucose for energy from fat by gluconeogenesis. And it's the opposite of that catabolic state. So the more intense the exercise, the more drastic the catabolic and anabolic highs are. And so what's wrong with an anabolic state? It's your body wanting to store and build back up to prepare for next time. So you get an insulin and a cortisol surge to make this happen. Store, right? So additionally, exercise does make you hungrier. Has anybody else felt that? This is because of the post-exercise oxygen consumption that's used for that anabolic rebuilding state. It definitely does make you hungrier, and I think that's why sometimes we overeat when we're exercising heavily. Subconsciously, your body is doing that to you, right? Your body will increase your caloric intake after you exercise on purpose. The hormones shift that want to make you want to eat more after you exercise to make up for it. So you put out more during exercise, you need more post-exercise recovery energy, and your body secretes hormones to make you eat more. It's not fair, right? Also, your body compensates by decreasing your resting energy consumption later. So it also feeds into like our old thinking, right? Calories in equals calories out, that I ate more calories than I needed. Now, of course, if you eat much less than you put out, you will lose weight. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just trying to get you away from the calories in equals calories out as being two constants, right? Because if you eat more calories than you needed, you can't just go burn them off with exercise by running a few miles to make up for it. It's like you're not going to get yourself into a net calorie deficit from exercise so that you can just eat more food and drink more wine later, right? That's not how our bodies work. But for many of us, we've been thinking that way for decades. It's just really, really hard to undo that thinking. And we almost subconsciously, I think, still think that way when we're exercising a lot and trying to lose weight. So it makes it uncomfortable sometimes to exercise when you're losing weight on a plan. You don't get to eat more, yet you're hungrier, and insulin levels and cortisol levels go up. And so if you aren't making up for that in some other way, like fasting, it can make it harder to lose weight, which is frustrating. So what am I getting to? Weight balance is 95% diet and 5% exercise. I'm sorry. There are a ton of reasons scientifically and life-wise to exercise regularly, right? Stress reduction, you feel good you're doing it, you enjoy it, helps you manage your mind, helps with sleep and emotional balance, it gets you outside, it benefits cardiovascular health, strengthening and toning of the musculoskeletal system, helps you participate and hang during group activities, right? So there's a million reasons to do it. But we need to be focusing on food first because it's the food that is the most important by far. Remember me saying you can't exercise yourself out of a bad diet? Sticking to your eating plan, as much of the majority of the time that we can, that feels healthy to us, is what we focus on first. And if you want to do some low maintenance movement that won't make your cortisol levels shoot up high because of intensity, that's totally fine. I'm not saying you don't ever move your body, but we need to be focusing on food first, not on starting exercising. If you haven't been exercising up to this point, then we're going to be focused on getting enough sleep and other active de-stressing and making sure that your food plan is on point for what and when you specifically need to be eating so that you can become a fat burner, not a sugar burner. And then eventually we will get you into exercise. If you've already been exercising a ton and strenuously, that's fine if it's working. But if it's not, you might want to reconsider and start turning it up a little bit. So what now? Sit on the couch? No, but move your body in a way that makes you feel good, strong, confident, happy. I want you to choose exercises in a way that make your mood feel good, not things that you think are going to fit and make you fit into your waist size, right? So what's my 2-minute takeaway? Exercise is so important for our long-term health. 150 minutes of moderately vigorous exercise a week is where we start seeing those health benefits. But it doesn't really help with weight loss. You cannot outrun that bad diet. You need to focus on food and exercise, focus on food first and exercise second. and choosing exercise you love rather than something that's going to make you skinny. If choosing exercise, you should consider strength training as really the only exercise that can be a weight management tool. It tones and builds muscle, which will increase your energy expenditure over time. Those muscles keep working for you in terms of cardio. The benefit is over when you finish the exercise. And most importantly, abs are made in the kitchen. Thank you for joining me today. I would love to have any comments that you have there for me so that I can answer them after this. Again, if you watch live, say live. If you watched on a replay, please drop a replay link. I am available and my team is available for free strategy calls if you want to figure out what your next step should be to getting to the body and mind that you want. We have an amazing team, an amazing course on weight science and mindset that is supported with these personal mindset and weight coaches that I just know will change your life. And so I will drop that into the comments so you can get onto our calendar and talk to us. Otherwise, I hope you found that super helpful, and I will be seeing you all soon. Cheers.